Hi guys, how's everyone doing? We have an echo in here. It's fine. Okay, so while we are getting some of our kids to the correct place. Oh, I don't want that one. Yes, I do. Okay, this is usually petting zoo day, so it's a little odd for us because we can't actually do petting zoo day. So we are really thankful that all of you guys could get on to show around your ranch or where you work. Have an actual state FFA officer with us also. Actually, there's two. I'm assuming one's driving. Kieran, she's on. Okay, hi guys. But we're gonna do just like we did on Tuesday for all of the classes, and we're going to go into breakout rooms, and you guys are gonna learn about different types of animals, some that you've seen and some that you probably haven't. So I'm waiting and making sure I have everyone on. And I had someone back, not really back out. They had a family emergency, so between our three speakers, I'm going to split up into rooms a little different than I emailed you out. But Lori, before I get, you have a PowerPoint, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that you should be able to share your screen. I'm going to make sure that works before.
Okay.
Okay, that should work now. I hope so.
Okay.
Okay, so we should have, we're waiting on one more class, I believe. So while we're waiting on a class, I'm going to have, let's have third grade talk a little bit about what they did during FFA week while I'm getting my kids together, okay? 1 second.
Okay, third graders want to share some of the things we've done this week. What have we learned? Jacob, what's something we've done? Think about it and we'll come back. Winston.
We learned about what that girl did. I forgot what it's called. The mill.
The mill. We learned about grain milling. And what do they make at the grain mill? It's all milled together?
Flour.
Flour. Jackson, what else have we done this week? Aiden.
The water cycle.
We talked about the water cycle, which is part of our science, and that worked in with FFA week. Johnny.
We learned about tractor safety.
We learned about tractor safety. Our classroom sister Josie took us out to talk about tractors. Brooklyn, what else?
We got to learn about the bobcat.
We learned about Cashin's bobcat when we did tractor safety. What did Josie talk to us about yesterday morning? Do you remember, Tristan? Her FFA jacket. Brooklyn, or not Brooklyn, Ellie, what else did she talk to us about?
About the FFA.
About FFA and the organization it is. Winston?
And on your tractor, we talked about the blind spots.
Talked about blind spots on the tractor. Excellent. Jacob?
We talked about like the metal chain and on her jacket and the FFA pen things.
Yep, her state degree and how they can earn pins, and her officer and name is up there as well. Tristan? And all the places you can go with FFA. Brooklyn?
That she went to
Went to National Convention. And what they have at National Convention that she shared with us, it was pretty cool.
the band.
They had a band and they had a concert. Mrs. Zer, are you ready to take it back over? Oh, she's muted. We're not.
Sorry, I'm waiting on Mrs. Finder's class.
All step. Do you want me to step across the hallway and ask how they're doing?
That'd be great, thank you. How many of you know Mrs. Clevenger? she's a parent to one of the couple of the different rooms. She has some kids in here, so she's gonna do different classes. So sorry, Clevenger kids, you don't get your mom today.
I miss you all.
They're on their way.
Okay, we got it. There we go. Awesome. Great. So we are good.
It looks like they're on under Rachel.
Yes. I'm assigning rooms right now so we can get everyone going. Kieran, Sarah. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm going to send you guys out to your rooms. I'm going to give you guys a 5-minute warning before we head back all together. Have fun. Miss Hanson, Miss Hauser, and Miss Hopkins, please make sure that you guys record in your rooms. That way we can share this with everyone. So have fun, guys. See ya.
Hi guys. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing that right now.
Hello. Oh, wow.
They should be able to hear you now. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Did you guys get to watch a video about a dairy?
No.
I can share it right now and I can let them watch it. Okay. All right. Who thought the calves were cute?
You just said who is one. I am a cow.
Thank you for raising
She has a whole cow. God. You look great. I love that. Does anybody have any questions?
Go ahead. Is that your mom?
Who?
Is that your mom right beside you?
No, this is Bailey. She's one of the other state officers.
Go ahead, quick.
Do the cows like it when they have to get milked, or do they get really angry and try to kick?
The cows do actually like it when they get milked. They walk right in there. We don't have to force them into the parlor at all. They enjoy being milked. It makes them feel better, and that's kind of their job. So they do really. I've been working at the dairy for a while. I've never been kicked by a cow or anything like that. They typically like getting milked. Are there any other questions?
Cows dance.
Yeah, that cow dances.
What?
She asked if cows dance.
You know, sometimes I think they do dance a little bit. Calves like to have a lot of fun, especially the calves when they move out into the super hutches. They go from a small pen to a big pen, and they like to run around and kick up their feet.
Yeah.
We're gonna let some of the other classes ask questions. Okay.
I didn't have to know.
Does everybody, who likes milk? Oh, a lot of people like milk. What about ice cream? Do we like ice cream? Yeah? So do we like dairy cows then? Yeah, we like dairy cows. They give us some pretty cool stuff, right? Does anybody know any other products that we get from dairy cows? You can go ahead and shout them out.
Cheese. Yogurt. Butter. What?
What's the
Hey, laughing now.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Good? Awesome. How's your day been so far?
Good.
All right. Have you gotten to see the video about the dairy yet? No?
We had technical issues, so we didn't hear any of the video. We saw most of it, but no voice came through.
Okay. Awesome. Well, so did you get to see the calves? Are the calves pretty cute? Yeah. So I'll just tell you a little bit about what I talked about in the video. So when the calves are first born, we take them into what we call the white barn. It's kind of like the nursery, and that's where the calves go when they're first born. And so all of the calves, they have to get colostrum, and colostrum is the first milk that they get, and it just has some special nutrients in there that helps keep them healthy. And so after they have that, all of the boy calves will be sold so that they can grow up big and strong. And then all of the girl calves will go up to what we call the hill, and they'll be put in those individual hutches that you saw in their own little pen, and they'll get fed every morning and every night. They'll get grain, and then they'll get their milk. And then once they're big enough and they're weaned off of their milk bottle, they'll go into what we call the super hutches. And these are these bigger pens so that they can have some more room to run and play, and they get really excited about being in the super hutch. Now, after they grow up a little bit bigger, they'll move down to the pens where all the big cows are. And once they get old enough, those heifers will have a baby. And after they have a baby, we can start milking them. And so after we After they get old enough, we'll milk them. We'll take them into the parlor, like you saw in the video. There was kind of an area where we call them milking units, and we hook them up to the cow so that we can get all the milk out. Who likes milk? Can you raise your hand if you like milk? Yeah, we like milk. What about ice cream? Who likes ice cream? Yeah. Dairy cows are pretty cool because they give us lots of different products. Does anybody know some other product that we get from dairy cows?
Go ahead.
Cheese.
Yogurt.
Cheese. Butter. Yogurt.
Manure.
Duty.
Absolutely. All right. Is there any more questions about what we do at the dairy? You can ask about the cows or the calves or anything.
Kendricks.
How do you milk them?
How do you milk
How do
cows?
you milk them? We have these units that have 4 little tubes on them, and they have suction. And so we hook it up to the cow's udder, and it'll suck the milk out from there, and it goes through these tubes, and then it'll go into the tank room so that a big truck can take it out and they can make it into yogurt and cheese and stuff like that.
Ice cream.
Riley.
How do you guys get the cows to move?
How do we get them to move? They usually really like to go into the parlor to get milk, and so it doesn't take a lot. We just go out there in the pen and we kind of call for them, and we'll tap on their. They stay in these little stalls, and they have metal sides to the stalls, and so we'll tap on the stalls and we'll get them up, and so that they can go move around.
How many cows do you have?
I don't have any dairy cows, but I work at the K-State dairy unit because I go to college at K-State. And I'm really not sure how many cows we have. We have a couple hundred, I think. Does anybody have cows at home? Yeah? So what kind of cows do you guys have? Do you guys have dairy cows?
A lot of ours said no.
Oh, probably not. You probably raise your cows for meat, right? That's what I do. But something we do for the dairy cows for the dairy calves, usually raising dairy calves is very similar to raising Angus or Hereford or any other kind of meat breeds. However, for the dairy calves, we have to weigh out all of their grain. So we weigh what they ate and we mark that down. And there's a lot of paperwork that goes with dairy calves just so that we make sure that they're growing on the right track and they're getting big enough and getting enough nutrients. Are there any other questions about the dairy?
Lexi, what's your question?
Have any of them died?
Can you repeat the question?
Have any of them died?
We usually don't have any cows or calves that die. We take pretty good care of them and we take precautions, like we keep things really clean. And after we're done milking them, we put iodine on their udders so that they don't get mastitis. But yeah, cows are just like people. Someday they're gonna get too old and they will die, but we take good care of them until that happens. So we really, our cattle are really important to us, so we make sure we take good care of them.
Kyle, what kind of other animals do you have?
I have So I personally have sheep and goats, and I have cattle and horses and chickens. We have a peacock at our farm. He's pretty cool. His name's Carl.
One question we had was, do the cows chew on your hair?
Yes, I do have cows and calves that both chew on my hair. Sometimes when I go get the cows to bring them in to be milked, there's a special cow that she's a big baby, and she'll always walk behind me, and she'll grab my hair or my hoodie or something. Dairy cows are pretty nice. They get a lot of attention and they get handled every day, so they're typically pretty nice.
Go for it.
Where do you guys put the manure? Ew.
What was the question?
Where do you guys put the manure?
All the manure goes into what we call lagoons, and it's basically just this big pit that they push all the manure into, so that it's not in their pens. We try to keep their pens at where they live as clean as possible, so that they don't get sick, or it's not slippery, so they don't fall down, so they don't get hurt.
Another question was, how do you make the cheese and the other products?
They have so that doesn't happen at the actual dairy. They at K-State anyway, they take it to the college. I don't know if anybody has been to Manhattan and gone to Call Hall, but they have a whole section, and they send it through processing. I'm not entirely sure how that whole process works, but they have to do different things to it, and they have to pasteurize it first, and then it goes through a whole process so that it'll turn into cheese and ice cream and everything like that.
How many calves do you have?
How many calves do we have? Right now, on the hill, all the baby calves, we have about 20 to 30 baby calves on the hill. And then in the super hutches, we have another 20 to 30 calves.
How many moms do you have?
How many moms? I think there's about 115-ish, somewhere around there. I'm not entirely sure how many, but there's quite a few mamas.
Are the cows basically your pets?
They're kind of like pets. There's a couple of them, especially that are more pets than others. They like to get their heads scratched, and they like to be loved on. They really do love to be around people. All right, well, I think I saw that the breakout room was going to end pretty soon. Thank you guys. Those were great questions. I hope everybody enjoyed getting to see the calves. They're pretty cute. I like getting to see them and play with them on a daily basis. So it was good to get to talk to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sit down. Listen. Her main one was great.
Great. Everyone, I think everyone's back. Oh, almost. Great. I want to thank all of our speakers for coming in. We appreciate you taking this time out of your busy day. Can all of our classes give them a round of applause? Great. We really appreciate you guys coming to help us out today. No, it's a little bit of a different year, but we really appreciate you helping us out and helping us learn a little bit more about agriculture that's not really common here in Tribune. This is the last day of FFA week for us, but we want to just be able to ask you guys questions later on. FFA members are in the room too that they can ask later. So if you didn't get to ask all your questions today, teachers, I will be sending out email addresses and I'm posting these videos later so you can watch the other videos. But we want to thank you three for coming in. Kieran and Peyton, thanks for helping with the video in there. We really appreciate that. But with that, we're going to end so you guys can go celebrate the 100th day of school. I hear it is in the elementary, right? And yep. And next week is Dr. Seuss week, so we got to get prepared for that, right? Yeah. So we want to thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. See you guys.
Oh my gosh, we're waiting at the board. Bye.